Hello, everyone. We're going over the Marathon notes again. That's right, Marathon has survived another update for now. Despite Twitter saying it's a dead game 24/7, they're somehow still kicking, boys. So I need to go ahead and bring this down, and I want people to know I think this is a very good game. I know I'm going to say it. It's Apex Legends meets Escape from Tarkov. I know people don't like either of those games, but I was an Apex Predator. Not a predator, an apex predator. That's right, boys. Yeah, I'm a predator in video games. Anyways, I love PvP and I've been loving Marathon. So today's update brings some decent changes. I've already kind of skimmed it, but there's a few stuff in here that I think's cool. And then apparently the Cryo Archives is already in the game, but right now there's a big community puzzle and Bungie told people to go kill themselves because they cheated their way through it. So yeah, pretty based if you ask me. Anyways, Marathon update 1.0.5. Now what does that bring, you might ask? That's a good question. So they added 3 new items and plants that can only be found in the Cryo Archive. Covert Recovery. While in smoke, your self-repair speed is increased and you heal faster. Freeloader. Defeating an enemy with a knife grants a small amount of tactical and prime energy. And Panic Response. While at low health, using a health consumable grants the effects of Cardio Kick for a short duration. Now, I don't know what Cardio Kick does. I'm level like 50 in this game. I haven't read what half of those abilities do. I think it makes you run faster. I think. Could be wrong. Correct me if so. All I know is I play triage. I see that shit on my entire team's got drones. I'm popping that shit. We're absolute crackheads running around the field with every bonus known to mankind active at all times. That's the way the game's meant to be played. You don't got to ask me about what it does. I don't know what it does, but we're winning from it. Anyways, they've also added 3 new mods that can only be from Cryo Archive. So these are implants. These are specific for classes. These are mods. They can go on any weapon. So Punishment, this weapon deals significantly increased damage against redacted combatants, which makes me think it's not USEC, maybe players. Be curious to see. Testament, aiming down sights for a short duration increases this weapon's range and aim assist by a massive amount. Yeah, these are going on weapons for sure. This is really good. They have a few, they already have a weapon mod that's in there that kind of makes the first shot of a gun extremely accurate, and it helps with some of the LMGs. I like to at least imagine it's the reason I'm killing players, not because they're absolute dog shit, but maybe it's a little bit of both, who knows. Hurricane, while airborne, this weapon has increased stability and greatly reduced accuracy penalties. That's probably for Vandal, considering she jumps around like a crackhead. That seems like it'd be pretty OP for her, at least help her keep her accuracy. A lot of the characters in game, it's going to be a challenge. Like Triage is very slow versus, like, I think it's Mayhem, the guy with the Titan shield that just sends piss missiles downrange. He has a lot of mobility. He can jump sideways. He can jump at you. And while he does it, he can pull his gun out. Vandal's got a really quick slide. But when she slides, she can't pull her gun out or shoot. It's kind of already locked in position. So you're kind of balancing what type of gameplay you want. High mobility or high defense. With there being a little bit of in between and them now adding some mods to make some of these weapons better, they're making different builds viable is what they're doing here. They're trying to make some underplayed characters a little more played. Vandal has been way less played since that Thief lady came out. She wasn't in the server slam, but she's been in the main game, and there's been a ton of exploits of people being able to like slide cancel with her a grappling hook. So she's being abused across the board right now. I don't know if they actually fixed that. I didn't see that in the notes, but I hope so. But sponsor kits as well. Rook no longer gains a surplus sponsor kit upon death. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. Someone was saying that they removed sponsor kits entirely. You can't spam them as much as you were anymore. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't played today yet. I literally just got home and been reading over these, so I'm going over them now. Combat. Players can now activate exfil beacons while downed. Good luck. That's a good change. That's a really good change. I used to die on extract as Rook. That would piss me off. That would absolutely piss me off because I'm dead. I could activate this, but the game just doesn't let me. I think that's cool. I think that's a good feature to add into the game. Decreased camera shake intensity from incoming melee and knife attacks. I mean, basically turns into the UK simulator when someone starts knifing. I even start doing proc check. Oi, bro, if you want to have a tussle, go save the queen every time someone pulls a knife, because that shit is hilarious to me. I didn't notice the camera shake too much, but I'm also a bit of a spurg when I'm playing. I'm jumping around like a crackhead IRL. You can't really see that because I'm using this this Snapchat cactus cam. So you can't really see what I look like, but I'm looking like a spurg, so I figured might as well go full spurg, and that's why I'm a cactus anyways. Fix an issue where a player can have a finisher used upon them, rise their clean, self-revive, being revived, and immediately down them again. I did have that happen to me. I didn't know that was a bug. I just thought it was a series of unfortunate events of me getting finished and the guy, me getting finished as I got revived. I thought I just did it too late, but apparently it was a bug, so I guess that's kind of cool. Fix an issue where the revive timer lockout shaders appearing on enemy runner body bag. That's kind of funny. Fix an instance where abilities would be desynced with the server. I have had that happen where I try to pop an ability and it just like didn't happen and the cooldown still was going, which was kind of confusing because it said it was done for me. So makes sense. Adjust the hack status to shield lower intensity and have slower glitch crawl effect. Dude, When you're hacked on your screen, that's actually crazy. It's like your screen, if this is the full screen you have that you can see me moving my mouse here, it would turn to this. It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I play weird. I'm looking at what's in front of me, and then I'm thinking about in my mind what's all around me. So I'm very good at reacting for what's immediately in front, but I'm not good at seeing stuff over here. It'll take me like a second to register it just because of the way my brain works. So I'm good at seeing everything on the screen, but it would take a second for me to actually see it. And when you're hacked, it doesn't really work because now I'm just only focused on what's dead ahead of me. So I start looking around even faster. I didn't like that, but I think that's a good effect for them to be able to lower it slightly. We'll have to wait and see how it actually works, though. One thing they didn't fix, if your teammate's self-reviving, occasionally shows them disconnected, which is a weird bug, and it doesn't look like they fixed it here, but maybe they did. They changed a bunch of different styles, too, with the different characters. Assassin can now smoke puck, does not change the appearance based on the runner's shell while activating Shadow Dive. Don't really know what happened there. Thief, the pickpocket drone can no longer loot players who are in an active exfil animation. There's a video of a guy who was on exfil and the literal thing was pulling him out of the sky. He's out of the raid, the timer's hit 0, and the person robbed him for like 20K. He was absolutely loaded and he got robbed on extract. It was fucking hilarious to see. I guess aside that was a little too OP. You can just rob people when they literally cannot react or shoot the drone out, which makes sense, but it's still funny to see someone had a clip go viral of them losing everything and now they're patching that from happening. Fix an issue where the pickpocket drone's on-screen button prompt wouldn't update to match the player's change keyboard bind. Yeah, I mean, that's just bad programming, honestly. Fix an issue where high-speed grapples would affect network stability. I never had that happen. I had the issue happen where I open the map and my game crashes, which is fucking hilarious. Triage. Fix an issue where being close to maxi would prevent the players from using the battery overcharge ability. I mean, yeah, I thought that made sense. I didn't know that was a bug. So when you use this ability, it causes you to overheat while shooting your gun because it increases your stability by a lot. So I figured if you're already at max heat, it activates a little bit, screws you. Now you can't do that. I mean, I didn't know it was a bug. I just thought it made sense, but okay. Rook, remove the Rook's runner level. I think it was level 5. Rooks can now be used at runner level 0. Okay, cool. What they're adding to the game, too, and I think they get to it a bit, is they're adding a ranked mode, apparently, where you have to have a 5K buy-in, I think, and it puts you in the same lobby with other people around your skill level, and you level up based on the amount of loot you extract with, i.e. you loot a lot, you get more money, you get out, you get levels up, I'd assume. It's going to have like a Overwatch battle season level, I guess. I don't know. This game's supposed to wipe every like 3 months like Tarkov does. Also, Cryo Archives is unlocked now. I think I said it earlier, but you have to be level 25. You have to have the introduction level for all the factions, and you have to bring 5K worth of loot in. I think those are the only 3 requirements, but it's unlocked, but it's not active yet. Once people complete the ARG in the community, it'll come unlocked, which I don't know when that's going to come out. Yeah, we'll see. I think I already said that. I don't remember. My brain sucks. Fix an issue where graceful landing V5 unique trait could activate by Vandal's microjets from flat ground. Cool. Fix an issue where graceful landing V5's unique trait was not scaling detonation damage correctly for longer falls. No idea what that is. No idea what that's talking about. I haven't played Vandal since the server slam and realized she's kind of dog shit. She can get up to places you can jump to, but honestly, the Thief Lady's way better because you can use her to see where the good loot's at, especially if you go into one of the lockbox rooms and you use her glasses to see where the loot's at. Apparently, you can see the chests that have the best loot in it. So you only really need to bring 1 or 2 keys and loot that 1 or 2 chests that have the good loot and say screw the rest. Because half the time I bring a lockbox key into raid and open a chest with it, it's got doggy doo-doo in it, which is kind of crazy to me, but to each their own. Fix an issue where they repeatedly use the same ladder. I've seen that happen where they're spamming the ladder. I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And fix a number of issues that would cause AI to freeze in place or become unresponsive. Yeah, I saw that happen yesterday when I was playing. There was an AI just standing in a corner. I stabbed him like 4 times and nothing happened, and then he just disappeared. Didn't kill him. He just TP'd away. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. Apparently, it's just an actual bug. Contracts in advance. Improve the visual clarity of contract activity and waypoint icons. Okay, that's nice, I guess. Crews carrying both coordinate data pads must now bring both to the affected location before the loot is revealed. Previously, any crew member being present at the location would reveal the loot. Oh, interesting. Fix an issue where the MIDA order / Chaos One, a bunch of missions, would prevent players from completing the contract. So some issues occurred when you try to complete a mission and just said, nah, eat shit, buddy. Looks like they fixed that. You no longer have to eat shit. Fix an issue where the UI would become out of sync with crew members in the same contract during a run. Perimeter intercept drops should no longer clip through the environment. Cool. Tripwires and overflow should no longer be flowing in air. Cool. Fix an issue where the decon will not show up on the overhead map when the contract that requires it. Yeah, I've seen that where like decon just wasn't showing up half the time we do raids, but I knew where they were because I've done them previously. But it only meant I knew where the ones I'd been to were, not the ones I hadn't been to because I didn't know where they were on the map. That's nice. Dire Marsh. Funny enough, I don't think they're going to patch it, but there is a Dire Marsh spawn peak. If you spawn near biolabs, if you spawn up at like the bio research, the top right corner-ish, there's a spawn where you can look right and see an enemy team. And there's a spawn where you can look left from hydroponics or the grass growing labs, and you look toward the bio labs, and you can see that team because they're in an open field. One team has cover, and the other team is in a complete open field. And it's kind of crazy because they haven't patched that, and that's been in the game for at least a week now. It's a literal spawn peak, which I haven't killed anyone at it because I don't really bring snipers that commonly because I run a lot of solos and my teammates are normally dog shit with free kits. But I just think it's crazy to me. There's literally spawn peaks in this game. And I mean, most people just immediately run, pull the knife out and spurg right toward high loot areas or high quest areas and die anyways in the first few minutes. But it's just funny to me that there's literally spawn peaks that they didn't think to patch. These are the creators of Halo. Everyone knows what spawn peaks are. They're the dog shit in games like this. And it will get patched eventually, I'm sure, but the fact that it isn't yet is kind of funny to me. Fix an issue with the liaison contract where the commander would despawn if the crew didn't engage and kill them in time. That sucks. That really sucks. Yeah, good to fix that. Encounter spawning on the roof of flight control have been improved and now should engage the players correctly. Yeah, I've seen that before where they're like up high and I couldn't get to them and they just ignore me. That was weird. User interface, they fix achievements, they fix in the armory. Now tells you the purchase cost of the value the item sells for. So there's they also fix in the armory a lot of extra materials. So like if you have like more than 3 medium shields and 3 quick heals, they now stack. Same with your ammo, so it's not like 80 per stack because the backpack size was originally the same as what was in your vault. Now they went ahead and combined it, so a lot of your heals should save a lot of space. I think I'll probably be saving a lot of space, but I was already pretty downsized on that stuff to begin with. I think it being stacked in the stash is the right call. Being stacked in your backpack, I disagree with. So looks like they went in between here. There's a bunch of different issues on the codex that they found, spelling errors because everyone's using AI nowadays and it sucks. End run, improvability links for the revive prompt. That's good because half the time you jump to someone's body, you'd start looting them instead of reviving them, which was crazy to see. Some waypoints will now fade when aiming down sights. I don't know if I've had an issue with that. X-filling with a temporal fragment will produce variable rewards depending on your seasonal runner level. I've taken the temporal fragment out a few times, and all I ever got was money, so I don't know if that was intended or what. Maybe it was kind of dog shit. It was at the point where it would spawn in the game, and it was only like 2 or 4K, and me and my team would just be like, yeah, fuck it, we don't care. Because you have to pick it up, then you got to go across the map, and then you got to get out with it. And it's just at the same time, it's like spawning grenades around you. So if you get in a team fight, you basically got to drop it on the ground and move away from it, or you're just a walking liability, which is stupid. Lobby added a bunch of different things, which is nice to allow you to get to your stuff much faster. That is way better. That's what they need for a while because you had to back out, go to the armory, and then swap the vendor and do a bunch of other crap. It was stupid. Ping system looks like it got overhauled. Rewards pass. The rewards pass voucher item should no longer appear in your inventory. Yeah, there was some guy who bought the premium pass via Steam, and it was like an item on his backpack, and he didn't realize it, and he went in raid and died with it. And someone else got it and redeemed it, which is kind of crazy. And I don't know if that guy ever got his shit back or what, or if he got screwed. But yeah, that's pretty stupid for them to have an actual voucher that you have to redeem. And if you don't realize it, you bring it in because you're just leveling up and readying up immediately to go in raid to see what the huzz is about this game. And you just lost a $10 item, literally $10 IRL to pay for. Kind of crazy. The run report fix an issue where run and level up streams would sometimes be blank. That's nice. That does happen. Social connections, you stack against your connections. Fishing issue where connections were not showing properly or scrolling through a large number of friends. The social tab's always been kind of screwed. I'll be doing raids with people, and afterwards I'll be like, what's their name? And I'll look on recent, and it's literally no one I've played with for like days. I was like, okay, that's cool. Changed some stuff in the store. They talked about the vault where they added different filters for keys and backpacks, and now stacked a bunch of the items and consumables, grenades, and salvage as well. That's good. That's good. Voice chat, push to talk, weapon optimization. Apparently the stickers and charms are now optimized for certain weapons. As far as I know, the stickers are limited numbers that you can place. You don't get an infinite number, so that's kind of crazy they added a limited currency like that for stickers you put on guns. But I'm not surprised. They just want to monetize this game like crazy. It's a good game, so they're going to milk it for what they got. Weapons and equipment, ammo crate, blah, cardio kick, blah, claymore mines, fix an issue that prevented from taking splash damage when attached to other objects. I wonder if that's putting them on a drone and flying them into people. That's kind of interesting. Knife cosmetics will no longer unequipped after failing to exfil. That's hilarious. I don't think I've ever put one on. V75 Scar. Fix an issue with the Rampage mag was causing bolts to ricochet off off turrets. That's kind of funny. WSTR combat shotgun. Reduce motion when firing. Increased duration of spin required before it can be interrupted by fire. Wait. Increased duration of spin ready required before it can be interrupted by weapon fire. Okay, so when you pull the shotgun out, your character flips it like a cowboy. It's an animation that everyone can see. I've been able to spot people with a shotgun about to push my shit in because I see the shotgun flip. Apparently, you could cancel it and shoot immediately. That's kind of cool. They fixed that, at least. Because that gun slaps when it gets in your face. It slaps a lot. Redistributed damage fall off and now remains near max damage at point blank, but falls off much quickly. Yeah, you could snipe people from like 5 meters away with it, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're close quarters and someone's 5 feet away with a shotgun and you get one tap, that's pretty dog shit. So that's kind of cool. Reduce the cone aim and aim assist and influence of the pellets spread as they travel. All right, cool. But right, Messiah 2442, that's the other shotgun. Reduced leftward motion and firing range, or firing recoil. I've shot it a few times. It wasn't bad. I didn't notice it pulled left, though. I've only literally used it for one raid. There's a raid with me and the boys loot a locked room, and it spawned, it brought in like 3 teams all with purple armors and everything, and I got that shotgun in that room, and I used it to knock 2 of them, but we were absolutely going to town on those boys from us just trying to loot a room, because when you open a locked room in this game, it plays a really loud noise. It turns out everyone can respond to it. And there's really good loot in them too, so you should definitely be responding to it if you're on perimeter. Hell yeah. But yeah, it sounds like they added that and fixed an issue with the gold mod resetting its counter incorrectly and disappearing from the buff tray display. No idea what that is. The gold mods are basically what turns guns into prestige weapons, I believe. Prestige mods, gold mods. They're really good. They're really good. There's some of them that absolutely make some of these guns broken. And it's really nice to see that there's very, very good loot you can get out there, and there's good loot you can lose too, boys. Mods. Drag and drop can now be used to remove weapon mods from weapons. Thank you. You used to have to put a weapon on and then hover over and press the button for 5 seconds. You want to do that in middle combat? Good luck. Being able to put in your backpack and rip a mod off, way easier. It was overcomplicated. Good pick. Chips, Endless Runner, fixed an issue where the superiority variant version of having an incorrect string. Interesting. Don't know what that's actually about. Opportunist. Add a 3.5 second cooldown for perk activation. Developer note. The WSTR videos were indeed funny. What? I got no idea what they're talking about here. Optics, thermals, fixed issue with thermals. We're not highlighting invisible use second bonds, ticks, and tick nest. I thought that was purposely intended, but okay. Generators, fixed a tooltip displayed incorrectly labeled. Decreasing charge time has increased charge up. Okay, another just display issue, it looks like. Magazines, Cloud Feather Chamber was missing its weight reduction stack bonus, and it's similar to Turbocharger. It now correctly grants the bonus weight reduction. What is weight reduction in this game? I've been playing it, and I didn't know weight reduction actually did anything. I saw it was a stat. Does it let you run faster? It's got to be that, right? Because there's not a weight on your characters unless there is, and I've just never noticed. Huh, interesting. I need to look into that. Suppressors. Remove the health display scramble and the 2D damage indicator effects that happened when victims were shot by a weapon with suppressor attachment. Note, we may revisit this in the future, but we believe this muddied gameplay language too much, and the benefit of the acquired weapon is attractive enough for these mods. True. Health display scramble. So when you shot someone with a silencer, it had a different effect where it wouldn't tell them how much health they had. Interesting. Interesting. Well, maybe we'll see it. Cryo Archives. Cryo Archives has been added to the game. Good luck getting there. Like I said, there was someone who brute forced some puzzle they had, and the Bungie developers literally put a message out that said DIE, basically die, kill yourself is what they said, which is absolutely fucking based, but just funny to me. USEC spawn animations will now play with all their associated audio. Lowered the range at which you can hear other players in combat. Okay, they've changed that again. They've already changed it, then changed it back, and then rechanged it. I don't really know what their game plan is there. They're just changing shit. Overall, I think these are some pretty good patch notes here. I think that this game's going to have a decent future. You can comment on this video in 3 months if it's dead and shut down and I'm wrong and I'm an idiot. I'm greatly enjoying it. I think it's a very fun game. I think it's Tarkov meets Apex Legends, and I'm a big PvP enjoyer. That's why I did not like Arc Raiders. It felt like Weenie Hut Jr., where everyone just wants to be peaceful. And the people that aren't peaceful will just absolutely slaughter you on sight. I was like, this is stupid. I just want to shoot people, but if I shoot people, then other people WQ me because they think I'm hostile. Which I am, but I didn't like it. I didn't like Arc Raiders, but I also just don't really like third-player PvP games to begin with. So, to me, Apex Legends was peak gameplay, and I really feel like Marathon here has captured the gunplay and the gameplay really well, especially with the variety of classes and the variety of mobilities and the different effects that the guns have. Like, you play Dire Marsh without a thermal and that fog rolls in, good luck, player. Good luck. You're cooked. You're absolutely cooked. Someone on the middle of algae ponds that has a thermal, they've been staring at you for 2 minutes straight. You can't see 5 feet in front of your face, and all of a sudden your teammate's down, and now you're down because some dude with a sniper just two-tapped both of you. That's a skill issue. I don't know what to tell you. That's a skill issue. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, though. Catch you later, boys.